This is the standings. It's important for Everts here, which is why he's over here. He needs 6 points before he can call himself world champion. And he should have done that last time out in Germany, but he didn't. He blew it because Bobby Moore stole the march on him. So he's got to come here. Now, the interesting thing here is instead of having both heats on the same day, they have one on Saturday and the other on Sunday. Quite a lot of Japanese, of course, in this event. Obviously, sounds crazy, doesn't it? And a few Americans as well. Kiedrowski, for example, is here because there are no Kawasaki riders here that are much caught. And Kiedrowski actually has had a great start. So is Bartolini, and Albertine is in there as well somewhere. Now, who's that? It's a Frenchman. Jérôme Belvol, I think, has gone down right at the start. So not much luck for the Frenchman there on the Suzuki. There you go. And I think they just caught him on his head. Not very nice, is it? There we are. Never mind. He's okay. So, Everts is out in front now, and this is what he's got to do. He really has got to impress his stamp, his authority on the field, and make sure he gets those points he needs to make himself world champion. Of course, a lot of the Europeans are a little bit jet-lagged after this travelling over here. Everts looks all right. I was just going to say that, and Everts goes off. No, he's okay, but my word, he lost concentration there, and he can't afford to do that again. He doesn't look happy at all, the boy, actually. And Albertine and Bartolini are having a good old battle up the back there. You can see them. Bartolini keeping the inside line, and they're swapping and changing and having a good battle for second and third there. Everts in the lead and looking a little unsteady, and the two boys are catching him, or is that just foreshortening of the lens? And that looks like Carlson or Kiedrowski behind there as well. It's difficult to see here. This is quite a demanding course here. The washboard seems to be rather strange. It's got a funny feel to it. The guys are having trouble. You see he's having trouble with that as well. He's in the lead, but no, it's third, fourth and fifth, the battle here. That is Kiedrowski. Whoa, Kiedrowski on the Kawasaki is starting to gain on those two guys, Albertine and Bartolini. And we've got Craig Prattley in here, number 35, a British interest, if we can keep an eye out for him. He did quite well in practice. He should be up in the top 10 somewhere. And Yves de Maria is doing quite well. Albertine is in second, as you can see. And we can see here in Japan we're getting lap counting, which does make it easy. Here's this washboard section now. Do you take it straight or do you take it on the outside? And, well, he's gone through Albertine and he's taken Everts now, and a big cheer from the crowd. Albertine storms forward. And it shows how fast he's going, Albertine, because there's quite a big gap. I reckon Everts has got a problem, you know. Here's Albertine. And young Everts, he's 17 years of age. And Albertine really showing how to take that washboard well, and Everts not comfortable. Bartolini in the background there, and Kiedrowski, as I said before, I don't know whether I finished saying it or not, Kiedrowski brought over by Kawasaki to Japan to ride from the States. Oh, yes. Well, that's easy to read if you read Japanese. Albertine from Everts, from Bartolini, from Carlson, from Kiedrowski, from de Maria. Yves de Maria, the Frenchman, is in there on his Suzuki as well. And Bobby Moore. There goes Jérôme again. He fell right at the very beginning, do you remember? And he's gone again. He's hurt his leg. Let's hope he's okay. So Mike Kiedrowski's now third. Yeah, there's Donny. He's recovered quite well from his broken collarbone. He did pretty well last time out. There's another faller. That's Albertine. That's off the tabletop. That's exactly the same place as where Jerome came off. They don't like, let's have a look at it now. Greg Albertine taking the tabletop. All his weight, he completely lets go of the bike and he's falling from about 30 feet in the air. The bike's chasing him down, but he's okay. My word, what a close one that. And we saw Everts nearly lose it there. They don't like that. So Everts is back in the lead, being chased by Bartolini, and he's just taken him on the inside. So Bartolini now pulling away, the 22-year-old Italian. And these two, Bartolini's very keen, obviously. He's in fifth, he's tied. And there's Pat Riley trying to get his Honda out of the way, looking over his shoulder, saying, what on earth is this coming up behind me? And Everts just adjusting his visor. Seems to be taking it quite coolly at the moment. He's a very mature young rider, Everts, when you consider his years, 17 years of age. De Maria, who's fourth in the World Championship, is now pulling up. So Bartolini strolling away, and there's Kiedrowski challenging Everts, and he takes Everts. Is he taking Everts? Just no. Kiedrowski goes through on the outside, and there goes Yves de Maria. So the Frenchman goes through as well. So it's Albertine, Kiedrowski, de Maria, Stefan Everts, but Everts still knows he just needs enough points for the championship, so maybe I'm getting a bit overexcited here for no real reason. But it makes for good racing, good spectator racing. There's Kiedrowski, the import for this event. And you don't see much of the crowd lining the track here because they've got such good spectator facilities. I don't believe this. Bartolini's gone down as well. Kiedrowski has gone through now. Well, this is extraordinary stuff. Real lapse there by Bartolini, the Italian. And it leaves it really wide open for everybody. So it really is a seesaw job. There's Kiedrowski. I don't have to tell you that with the captions, do I really? Bartolini is just ahead of De Maria, and the American making quite hard work of that washboard now. Of course, they ride them in Supercross a lot. Kiedrowski and the team, he's trying to get past some of the back markers now. And De Maria, oh, that was 65, was one of the Japanese riders, Shigeru Yamamura, that's how you pronounce it. And there's Everts, fourth position, and well, I understand he's got a bit of a virus and not feeling very well. I just heard that, and that really does show in his lackluster performance here today. I mean, he knows he's doing just enough, but he hasn't got that attack and that aggression that we normally see from this young man. And now I understand. I didn't realize he wasn't feeling very well, so here we go then. Kiedrowski, no one's going to touch him, I don't think. De Maria can't get anywhere close to him. And one lap left to go for the American. And wow, Kawasaki must be pleased he came over here for this meeting, because 19 laps on and we can see where he is. He's not far to go now to the checkered flag. And Donny Schmidt is now in fourth place, so great ride by Donny on the Suzuki. And Everts close to finishing his first moto. And all of these guys, of course, get a big rest now until the Sunday. So here he goes. Yeah, he certainly isn't up to his normal style, is he, the boy? And there's Kiedrowski, just cruising past 44, who's William Surratt on the Honda. Last jump for Kiedrowski, safely landed, takes the checkered flag. Kiedrowski, Yves de Maria second, Bobby Moore third, Donny Schmidt fourth. Good ride.